Greetings, welcome everyone to an All You Can Geek bonus round for Spider-Man Brand New Day, a spoiler cast. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
His name is Peter?
and Tony Kokonakis.
This guy has issues.
Yes, welcome folks to the spoiler cast for Brand New Day. Folks, spoiler cast. Last warning here, we are going to talk freely about what we want to discuss here about the movie. It's fantastic, but we're going to spoil it. So that's it. Okay, guys. What we like to talk about with these kind of episodes are our favorite moments, maybe some not so favorite moments depending on the movie. What do we want to talk about? In Cody Rhodes' words from WWE, what do you want to talk about? Who wants to kick us off? Tony, what do you want to kick us off with here?
So, I just want to point out that one of the great setups for this movie, I thought, was how, it's been, like 5 or 6 years since No Way Home, right? Which is a significant amount of time. And I love how...
It hasn't been. It's been 4 years. It
4
was
years?
like
Sorry,
right
4?
after
Yeah.
my son was born.
Oh, okay. 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it had
Was
been
it?
5 or 6, but
22?
yeah,
20.
I feel like it was
4
2022.
Are you sure it wasn't
4.5
21?
years.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up right now.
21.
It is 21. It is 21.
Yeah, 4.5 years. December of
okay.
2020.
Okay. But
Anyway, so I like how, we left off with him just being back to like street level. I'm going to take care of the neighborhood kind of stuff. And that intro montage was just so good at bringing everybody up to speed at what Spider-Man / Peter Parker has been up to. And I love the imagery of like making those the traditional classic comic covers, like from him, like appearance of wherever the comic is where Spider-Man has made his first appearance, covers with all the villains and stuff. That was just awesome. But also I love how they dabbled in there that amidst all of this, he's just burying himself in that role, that job,
work.
Work.
Yeah, in work.
And that sets the tone for the entire movie, right? Because we all wondered, like, oh, where does he go from here? And where did he go? He went down in the spiral.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the opposite of what Toby does in Spider-Man, where he kind of turns away from Spider-Man. Here, it's like just falls like head first into Spider-Man, just like that's all he is. It's just obsessed with the job and the character, and he's like I think they even say like, which one are you, Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
Yep.
And so it's there's some deep themes going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do like that we have a time jump here because Tom Holland's 29 when filming this, 30 now, and he's not in high school or even in like his first year of college anymore. We go through all 4 years, which was illustrated pretty quickly, and now he's like graduate age, like 22, 23, I suppose, which is good. The only issue I have with this is sort of a reoccurring issue. Is crime is down, New York is happy. We're ignoring Daredevil completely. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a poster of Fisk.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
I know, and I think the
mayor
when he gets the key to the city, that's what's her name from? Yeah. But other than and obviously we have Punisher all throughout this movie, and more than I thought he would be in it. But
what's her name was cut from the movie at the last second. The night nurse.
The night nurse.
What was her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Oh, Rosario Dawson. Yeah, she was cut the last second. She did film. She filmed it and they finished it. So, and they told her like a week before the movie launched that she wasn't going to have that scene.
So
that was when, like, protecting his identity at the hospital.
Yeah, explaining the ending, how he got into the hospital without the mask. But because she was the one that...
So it was a cool montage, but I do kind of like the lack of Daredevil also existing at all in this.
That's a common Marvel problem.
I know, but I mean we're right there.
Well, he was also
we're sharing some characters now too, so
he's not around.
It's a little weird. Yes, he's in jail now, but through that montage, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he's in jail.
It's supposed to take place then. I'm not sure.
We don't know.
I mean, it also showed that like Spider-Man has fought the Hand. Like he took care of the Hand, so I don't know what Daredevil was so focused on Fisk. Maybe Spider-Man was just taking care of the hand all these years because,
Yeah.
like I said, he's in prison. It could have been just in prison. Like the Punisher is in a different spot. You know.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen
he's
is
still
very far away from where Spider-Man is.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I just for me like that, I loved like. The Punisher's dynamic for me has just been like that in this movie was awesome. I'm sorry, that's like there's other parts to talk about. Don't get me wrong, but like Spider-Man and the Punisher interacting in this movie for me
dynamic
was just
Their dynamic was
awesome.
great.
Yeah. I just absolutely loved it, and I thought John Bernthal again nailed the role, even as a lighter Punisher, a little bit lighter. Yeah.
What I really love though is again, Mike touched upon it briefly, but I want to explore is that we've got to see the Spider-Man grow up from, teenager, freshman in high school to, college grad age, right? 22-ish, something like that. And, every movie, and, he's had a mentor figure, whether it's Tony Stark, Nick Fury, or Doctor Strange, right? He's always referred to them as Sir, right? And he doesn't do that with Frank at all. He just goes, "Go home, Frank," like this guy, all that kind of stuff. So I think it just helps to show, like, he is coming to his own now where, and he's been through some shit where it's like, I don't have to be the most friendly, respectful Spider-Man.
I mean, I noticed that like it was almost like a swagger because I took it like I'm an Avenger. I was an Avenger. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to listen to the Punisher here. Like I don't need to hear from Frank. Yeah. So it's pretty funny because I felt like it was like similar to what Tony Stark did to him when he was younger. Like as he was learning as Spider-Man, and he did the same thing to Frank as Punisher. I feel like that was a growth thing where he's at basically as his character.
Where he's at is pretty depressing. I mean, it's like
he's not seeing it that way, but yes, I get what you're saying.
The loneliest, like not necessarily taken for granted because he's got a lot of people that admire him and he's got fans in this universe and this memorabilia. But he is literally on his own.
He's lost,
dealing with all this stuff, and he doesn't. Exactly. He doesn't really know who he is, and it's like that. That's why we kind of get this manifestation of his powers mutating and his abilities changing and stuff. And I think it was really well done as far as putting him in that position, going from this really lighthearted character with like a backup system, like this friend group that supported him, to just being by himself on his own and having to deal with everything that he had nobody. He has nobody.
I mean,
he
it's completely
still on when he's Spider-Man. Like that's his thing. And also, I'm not sure, has he always like put on the extra like New York accent when he's being Spider-Man?
I think he turned it up.
That was a little heavier.
Yeah, definitely turned it up.
He turned it up a
little
bit.
No, but like it was only when he was like in the mask and like talking to like people as Spider-Man. He was more neutral when he was not.
He always did the Queen's accent, like from Civil War even.
I don't think
I felt it a little more. Maybe it's also because he's narrating a lot in this movie. Like you hear his voiceover a bit, and you're like, oh, Tom Holland is British. Like every now and then you hear it there. But
no, I just rewatched it, and Corey had just rewatched it recently too. But I brought my stepdaughter with me to see this movie, and she hadn't seen them beforehand. So now she's gone back to watch all of them previously. So I got to rewatch a lot of these older movies just this last week, and like he never had that really I never caught that an accent. So this was
definitely heavier this time around. Either way,
it was more pronounced.
More pronounced.
But I do think it was intentional that he puts it on more as Spider-Man.
As Spider-Man.
I think so.
Yes.
It's the swear to me.
It's his Batman.
It's got to be Tom because he does talk pretty similarly both ways. Otherwise,
But there are some other guest characters too.
There are, but before we get to that, the thing I want to expand on what you said, Corey, about him being alone, is when we think about the journey of this Spider-Man, right? We didn't see it on screen, but Uncle Ben died. Then all the Avengers stuff happens. He loses his mentor, Tony Stark, right? In the next movie, he loses both his Aunt May and literally his girlfriend, his best friend, and the Avengers that knew him, right? So he went from having, like you said, a friend system, a support system, a network, to having nothing at all, right? And we even see that new connections he's refusing from. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in that intro sequence where he's going to his apartment, that one blonde girl goes, "Oh, hey, we live on the same floor." Right after that, he goes and moves into the attic because he's like,
"Oh, I didn't notice that."
Yes. No. After that, he directly goes and he's like, "I want this. This is perfect."
Yeah, he wants to be away from everyone.
He wants to avoid, like it's avoidance. You know.
Do we feel like that's a reference to the Toby, the Mr. Danikovich or whatever his name's like daughter or not?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, I think it was showing. Now that I see
the friendly blonde girl in the apartment that he just ignores.
He ignored her, and I thought he was just being about the business. I didn't know that. I didn't realize the attic part tied into that right off the bat. I was like, "Holy crap!" Now it's like, holy shit.
But then even I mean, I think that was the same woman who she's like, "Is that my shirt?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
And then he walks out of the elevator. It's got the thing
juicy.
on the juicy on the butt. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, I felt like the Scorpion in this movie. We had a lot of villains in this movie mixed in, but and some unexpected as a villain too for me. So it's like I don't know.
But like as far as like his network or support system, he does gain enough of a reputation to be able to go to the bathhouse and meet Yelena.
That's true. Yeah,
which was a pretty funny scene, I will say. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought the bathhouse was a great sequence. With you. Yeah.
Small potatoes, big potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused about. Obviously, this is the problem with magic stuff. We know that eventually, like, at least from his mind, we know of his previous saves, but it's just Spider-Man. But does everyone else know of Spider-Man's actions before the spell?
I don't think they explicitly confirmed it, but my understanding was that people just forgot his identity. They didn't forget that Spider-Man, was an Avenger and stuff like that.
It was just erasing Peter Parker from existence.
Yeah, so
that's it.
Yeah, so it makes sense that everyone would be, he'd be clued in with the new Avengers.
The new Avengers.
Yeah. So, I didn't even realize that he didn't have context. It's funny because you watch the movie and you're like, oh yeah, he knows these people, but he doesn't actually know. They don't know him anymore, and you're like, you forget that because he's meeting with her. And I'm like, they don't know him, and because he left his mask on. I'm like,
he leaves his mask on. She's like, really?
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of like the underwear skin for like the Spider-Man game that you can wear.
Yeah, I didn't remember. Yep. So so the relationships are, he's definitely in a.
Is this
negative place, but he's keeping it positive. He's pretty positive, so you don't realize he's just overworking. Like, but you're right
about that. He's
what you think?
I think he puts on a facade of positivity as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man. Yeah. At home, he's just like. But
it's the job. It's always the job for him. Yeah. So
is the cop lady who he's talking to? Is she a named
Captain.
Is she a comic character?
Wolf. Yeah, she was a comic character.
Because I don't know.
She had a very small role like that in the comics, but they expanded it out here. Like she gets killed, and that triggers a whole storyline for Peter Parker.
I was kind of bummed that we didn't get any Daily Bugle. Yeah,
the wrong hat on, man.
No, I'm okay with that. I don't need them to get
but like J. Jonah Jameson with this much Spider-Man activity, I feel like should be like yelling into the clouds.
He was completely not there. That's right.
Yeah.
I might agree with you if we didn't live in a world of disinformation now, where angry white men spew lies on podcasts and incite mobs and all that bullshit. So I don't need that in 2026.
Make sense then to be
sure. I don't want it. I just don't want it.
It's too realistic.
It's too realistic.
It's not funny anymore. Yeah, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like what new would we get from that relationship, right? And just be going through the same hoops again.
I guess the whole sort of vibe of this, which
Spider-Man's a hero.
Rarely get actually. Yeah, throughout a whole movie that everyone kind of likes Spider-Man, aside from his one fuck up, which no one really cared about long term, but everyone loves him the whole movie, which is I don't think that ever happens in a Spider-Man movie.
No, but you needed it for what I think the payoff was at the end, which we'll get to. But you guys want to get into the big villain reveal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so
a certain character that they kept secret for up until
terrible lie.
Night, like 4 days before the actual release.
I'm convinced this was like a meta marketing thing, but I do think it hurts the movie a little bit knowing who that character is going in.
Knowing that she was
Well, we
Jean
all
Grey.
knew. What do you mean?
Yes.
Did it hurt
Yes.
you? You know, because you
Yes.
knew.
If that was an actual mystery, like when people started like getting mentally possessed and stuff, like not knowing who this character was, and then turning out to be like this
Well,
is
the
the
question is this
parents.
character too evil? Are we Voldemorting this right now? Like, can we just say the character's name?
No, just I already said Jean Grey once, just to get it out of the
I
way.
didn't hear it.
So,
Right, but so
yeah.
no, but to find out it was Jean Grey after, you know, seeing like that
Bum,
happen
bum,
a few times,
bum.
that would have been more interesting. And
See,
knowing
for-
that like,
They
oh, this is
tried,
bad,
Mike.
or-
They literally
They
tried.
tried. They tried
Up
everything
until-
in their power.
They tried. I really
And-
don't know
and-
if they tried. I really think it was a meta marketing campaign.
How?
keep in mind,
How?
a lot of people don't even know like who
in
she
my
is.
theater when they
Yeah.
name dropped Jean Grey, there were audible gasps, and I was like, oh, like some people
Yeah.
are just like out of the loop.
That's what I'm saying. Like I went
week 2.
I went with my stepdaughter, and she was like my stepdaughter, and she had no idea. She was like, "Wait, who is this?" And I'm like, "This is an X-Men." So
yeah, but for
the
those
comic book
When
crew,
you're
like
too
us,
dialed
like
in,
to
like
follow
you
the
could
story.
make the
Yeah.
same argument for No Way Home. We all knew that the other Spider-Men were in that movie.
Yeah, I know, and that was part of like the fake the meta promotion for that. Like they acted like it was a leak, but they were very happy with it and fed into it.
No,
And,
the whole thing is they denied it. Like they literally denied it.
Yeah,
They lied to our faces.
denied. Right.
Emma Stone was just in an
and Ryan
interview.
Reynolds.
Emma Stone was just in
and
an
Ryan-
interview where she admitted that Andrew Garfield lied to her face. She goes, "Dude, are you in this movie?" He's like, "What? What are you talking about?" No, and she was pissed about it.
Yeah.
But it's they've. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, Jean Grey. Like it's not like they didn't want him to do that, or they would have let him do that if they didn't want to play into it. They liked the meta marketing of
But
it.
again, it's because people like us who would have been at Comic-Con know it already. So you're just kind of tongue in cheek. You're doing it tongue in cheek.
Like we all
The
called this as soon
masses-
as like Sadie
yeah.
Sink is in this. It's like, oh, redhead. That's weird. We already have MJ, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Right, and if they
It
would have
wouldn't be
just
the
said if it was
first.
MJ, they wouldn't have kept this crazy secret. If it was Mary Jane, like
yeah. But anyways,
Might have.
Jean Grey. What do we think of Jean Grey as a villain?
yeah. Well, the question is, do you think it was too evil?
This
That's-
is there's issues for multiple things for me. First of all, let's go back to Sadie Sink just being this character. I think it's a little distracting because it's like, what if Max was 11? Because it's so similar. This whole, the government company tries to take her these powers. I swear they must have had to restrain themselves from making her nose bleed, but it felt a little distracting. I kind of wish, like, I don't have anything against her or her performance, but I kind of wish it was someone else because it was too Stranger Thingsy for me seeing her like with these powers in that
With the
situation.
mental abilities? Yeah.
Yes, being like taken over by these children getting captured by the government to use their powers. I don't know. It was
well, is
It was a
just
little
not Stranger
distracting for
Things
me.
being X-Men-y?
But it's the same actor from that. That's like not. I mean, not the exact same role almost, but it just felt weird.
I mean,
to
I
me.
can understand where you're coming from, Mike. I think, for me, when I think of Jean Grey, I always thought of someone older, just from the
that too.
comics, the cartoons,
Yeah, we never
and
get to
even
see her as a
Tom K.
teenager.
Jensen. And like, so it was weird when Sophie Turner was her. I thought that was kind of a little bit weird, but I thought she was fine. She just doesn't. It was a bad movie, unfortunately. But here, it's weird to see her not be like an X-Man or.
I will say
whatever,
the
and-
one part I will give you, like, go to your thing. The one part where she is like running for her sister in the park in slow motion, I couldn't like instantly running up that hill was playing in my mind. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's playing
Like, that
for
was
everybody.
it. I didn't think
Yeah.
anything of it, but like that part, I was like, oh, like just I was like, wait a second, I've seen this before. I've seen that.
I do kind of think like when she's like straining when they have her like going crazy in that chair, I bet they wanted to have like blood come out of something in her face and they're like, no, we can't do that. We can't. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a conversation.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't. Here's the thing: I don't see her really as a villain, and maybe that's controversial. Maybe it's a hot take for some people. I feel she was a teenager that was wronged by the government, and she went after her sister. maybe she went a little overboard in some of her actions, but push
A
comes to
little
shove.
bit.
So here's
What
the
do you mean?
thing. Like,
What do you mean? What?
at the end of this
the
movie,
MJ's part.
I mean, yeah, people are gonna have a problem with that
Yeah.
too. The sort of the mind
I mean, come on,
rapiness
man.
of
That
some
I
of
mean,
what she did.
that's fucked up, but it's not like that's not
that was a
super
line
villain.
the line of saying touch her, kiss her, like like you've wanted to do this
Well-
for so long. Like that wasn't like a super villain line.
No, I wouldn't say a super villain.
Yeah.
It's like regular villain. Like
So
that was if that's the
Regular
most
villain?
evil thing she's done. Like, come on, dude. Like that's
Well,
not
she
that
did
bad.
put like walk somebody into oncoming traffic.
yeah, that was so. That's the thing too. Like the end of this movie, it seems like they're trying to walk back everything she's done a little bit. Like when she like those guys get shot and she's like the next one's in your head. Like haven't you killed a bunch of people already? Like you're not killing now? Is that
she's
what-
killed? A bunch
I don't
of
think she's
people.
killed anybody.
Like that one
I mean,
guy,
in that
I think he must have
CCTV
been okay.
footage,
But...
it looked like they were probably dead when they shot each other. And then that guy that did walk into traffic, I don't see how he's alive. Also, did Spider-Man kill that guy in that helicopter? Because who's coming to get him before his web dissolves?
I thought about that too. I
Damage
was like, how
control.
long is that weapon gonna
Damage
last? I don't know.
No,
He's just
I
gonna
think
fall right down.
Damage controls.
Yeah, damage control.
It's fine. I don't. I think she can be redeemed, but she was being pretty evil in a lot of situations.
But is it any more evil than we've already
feel like she
seen in
killed
the
a bunch of
MCU? Like do we want to talk about Wanda? Do we want to talk about Loki? Like,
But
Well,
Wanda's
there's a
dead.
difference between. Like I understand. Like Wanda's a villain. Like Wanda was a villain. There was no argument about that.
no, even
in
before
that
she went
movie.
like full WandaVision. Like, I'm talking about like in Age of Ultron.
Well, no, I know. I'm not.
That
I'm not
was an
like,
accident,
saying she
though.
can't be redeemed, Jean Grey, right? But Wanda was always kind of on the Magneto side of things, right? So it's like
And-
she was kind of on that. Jean Grey, as we know her, she was before the Phoenix stuff because she doesn't have the Phoenix in her now.
Yeah.
She was a hero,
as far as we know. But
they're changing, and it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying she was pretty evil, and it was pretty
Even- I
surprising.
can't agree
to
with
see.
you. I can't.
even in the flashback though,
It's not
like
good.
with her and her sister, that's kind of fucked up. They're just sitting around like just toying with people's minds in the park, being like, haha, look, I can be her. That I wouldn't want someone like that just free, honestly.
Well, that's
I
why
don't
she
know.
needs the guidance.
I
We
don't.
need
I
Professor
don't know how
X
you
to
guys
start
can like
guiding
have
her.
these hangups when like literally everybody in the
I'm not-
Avengers has like done so much worse and has been responsible for so many more deaths. Like, what we're gonna get hung up over like him trash talking like her trash talking Spider-Man? Like, I don't know. I just
So
in my mind,
difference,
I don't think it was
Tony,
evil.
There's a difference. This
I
is
feel
her
like the
first
sanctity of the
introduction to the
mind
character.
matters.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. This is
Yeah.
the first time you're
X-Men.
getting to see her, right? And in the MCU, yeah, it's literally your first like original X-Men character. But besides that, I'm just saying I don't think she can't be redeemed. I think
Okay,
it's fine.
yeah.
She's gonna be redeemed. We're gonna like her. It's gonna be fine. And she has a great moment with Aunt May and Peter Parker in his apartment and everything. But I just. It is
Some
shocking the first
people-
time for me. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, she is like not she is on that Punisher level of like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the thing I want, and doesn't matter who's in my way. Where that's not the character that I imagined it.
Well,
her to
sure,
be
but I
initially.
mean, if you're looking at the origins of Jean Grey, like she's always been portrayed as like, oh yes, like her mutant powers activated. She went to Charles Xavier's school for gifted students. Like that's it. Like so, I don't know. I think it's an original take. I don't see a problem with that. And if anything, I would argue this leads more into a better introduction for mutants as a whole because this shows like, oh, like mutants should be feared in this universe, right? Because again, going back to a conversation we had so many times on the podcast, it's like, oh, you got bit by a radioactive spider. Oh, you have a suit that can make you like super big or super small. You have chaotic powers, whatever. We're totally fine with that. You're a mutant, fuck you. Like, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up, right? It's just...
I actually do appreciate that, like, mutant wasn't said, and they're just like, yeah, she's like Spider-Man and her kind of
Enhanced.
similar.
Enhanced is their word right now.
Yeah,
So they-
enhanced.
It wasn't really like a big distinction, although there was a little bit still with damage control. But like they saw later, they had contingencies for him too. But some people aren't going to forgive her. Like watching this, So it's not quite at this level, I understand, but there was an episode of Buffy where Buffy and Faith switched bodies, and Faith, as in Buffy's bodies, has sex with her boyfriend, and some people are like, this is rape, so they never forgave that character, even though she does get redeemed later. This is not quite that level, but it's towing the line in that direction, and I know that some people will never forgive this character for doing that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because there's actually a specific storyline where Wolverine and Spider-Man swap bodies, and while Wolverine is in Spider-Man's body, he tries to engage in sex with Mary Jane.
Okay.
It wasn't Dr. Octopus also in Spider-Man's body?
Yeah, but I don't think he tried to bang anybody. He like smashed
I think he was
Felicia's
doing it for
face.
sexual reasons. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, some people don't forgive any of that. So it's weird, but that I'm more worried about. I still think she murdered a bunch of people. It seemed like she did to me.
I think they
left it
tried
open
to make it clear that everyone's alive. She did not.
That car guy is definitely dead. I don't see how the guy who got hit by the car isn't dead.
No,
the guy she made back up that got like
into traffic.
I think that guy is
dead. Maybe, but yeah,
I will say though, the
that guy got
moment when
nailed.
she is possessing MJ, like it, I was like, this is weird. Like she does the mask kiss thing, and I was like, that's weird. Like, okay, we're just going right there.
Is this a dream? Is what I thought.
Yeah, and so I was like, this is not right. And then I was like, oh, I see what they did here. And I thought that was a great scene. Like the MJ Jean Grey as MJ acting.
How did she do that? Did she just? Are we saying she let go of the helicopter guy and just hopped somewhere else quicker than he got there? I guess.
She went to his apartment.
Or it depends. She just resets and then just goes back. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming.
I mean, Spider-Man
might have been close to her.
Count for that, but yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, she took her right as she was at the desk, so she was in that body when Spider-Man shows up, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't remember.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So.
And that was a great moment too, like when she's like, "You don't remember?" Like I liked how they fit that into.
Yeah.
The Metzger thing, because Metzger's going to play a big role in X-Men and the new stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think
that's
going to be
the
Creed. What's his name? Grace. We just saw X-Men.
Yeah, it's Sabretooth's kid.
Yeah.
Graydon
Creed. I didn't want to say Grayson, but I know it's not. It's
I think he's going to kind of play that role in this universe.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. I think you're right on that. That sounds about right. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I actually thought it was weird because I thought there would be some other bigger bad behind the scene, but it worked out like the way the story broke down. I was expecting that before I got to the theater because we knew about Jean Grey. So I was like, okay, who else is pulling the strings? But it wasn't. It wasn't.
This is a little strange that she goes back to all his older memories of them and like all the times she was saved by him, but she never so she grabbed a lot of his identity and his memories, but not the good ones that she needs later to be good again.
Huh?
Where we see how she basically calms down because of the Aunt May stuff in his mind.
Yeah, well, she wasn't focusing on that. She's on one purpose here. Her sister.
I know, but she got a lot of ancillary information on him as well. But
she's trying to find dirt, not good stuff. Like she's trying to find dirt.
I suppose. I don't know how her powers work, but yeah.
I mean, it's digging through somebody's mind. You're on a mission.
MJ wouldn't have the memories that were relevant in the end with Aunt May.
No, not her. Him, because that's where she got the idea, the memories of them together. I think.
No, she couldn't possess Spider-Man until the end.
I thought she
got that one glimpse of the apartment, and then
and then he kicked her out. Yeah.
So that means that what I said earlier, it is confirmed that she had the memories of Spider-Man as Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. The Hulk. I absolutely love this to see a raging Hulk again. Like I missed it. Like that is the Hulk.
I mean, my favorite sequence was the Hulk sequence. So
yeah, I thought you were gonna like that part, because I know you've been kind of
Well, because I mentioned last week, I was like, the best part of the movie was shown in the trailer.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Most
but
of
it's
the
definitely
fight
good.
scenes were in the trailer.
I
We
love
just haven't seen this Hulk in a while. We haven't seen this Hulk in so long.
Honestly, I think this might be the most evolved we've seen Hulk, because I don't know. I'm just going back to like, if we want to do like power level discussion. Like, remember when Thanos shows up and beats the crap out of the Hulk in the beginning of Infinity War? I think if Thanos tried to fight this Hulk would have fucked him up.
I loved when Peter Parker said, "Wait, were you always this large?"
Yeah. He's like, "Wait, were you always
this big?"
Yeah, I do think it was interesting that Peter like tanked a few like actual slams there. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Well, so and that's the other thing that I really thought was cool, and maybe it wasn't so obvious or apparent, but I love how this Spider-Man is stronger, right? Like, clearly, even Peter Parker as Spider-Man himself has evolved, and they tried to touch upon it a little bit with like the evolution of a spider's phase. But like, this shows, and I know there's an issue where an old comic where they ranked the strengths of characters, and Spider-Man's like, he's high up there, but they're like, he's still growing, so he has still room to grow and become stronger. And I love how I think this movie really shows that, where he could start slugging out with even the heavyweights of the MCU, which I always thought he should be able to. Canonically.
Yeah, I thought that was really good, and we got to see, like, the Punisher was there during that sequence, and I was like, man, that guy's out of his element, and it was just like, yeah, you could tell it was just like no chance.
It's so funny too, because you're like, this, how is he? Why are you sending the regular human to go against this girl who can possess people? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. And like, oh, immediately.
He's like, remember, stay 33 feet or 30 feet away.
23. It's 23 feet 23. Or whatever. Was it 33 or 23? I can't remember. It was 33.
Yeah. And then he just opened the door and she's there.
Hey, it's like, oh,
well, that's not gonna work.
But the framing of these fight sequences though,
so
in the hallway, and then like him pulling like Punisher behind and him shooting up. That was so.
The cinematography was so great. The choreography of the fights were so good. And and honestly, I'm not trying to slander the older Spider-Man Tom Holland movies, because I still love him, but that was missing. Like, the element of like, hey, Spider-Man's a really good fighter, and he fights a lot of people that are also really good fighters, but we didn't get too much of that. It's mostly just like swinging and just simple punching. And I was happy again.
I do think
he had to think about it too. Like, he had to use his smart, because he couldn't just put the inhibitor or whatever it was, because the skin was too thick,
I was glad that didn't work, because I'm like, how's that gonna get through his skin? Like, he's taking bullets right now. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's skin too thick. I'm like, thank you.
Exactly. That would have been one of those like inconsistent like movie issues or whatever. But yeah, just the fear, I guess, of a mind-controlled Hulk, which we've seen before in other mediums and stuff. But I loved Mark Ruffalo, where he had that moment of clarity, and he's like, "Get out! Like, evacuate the building!" And it's just like, "Yeah, man, you do not want a raging Hulk anywhere near people. Just, you need to get the fuck out of there."
Can I ask you guys?
Did she
forget how did he lose? Huh? Yeah, how did he lose control of the Hulk? Did we get that explained?
Well, she mind controlled him as a human, Bruce Banner. Yeah, and she had him take off the.
But didn't he have control of the Hulk before that? Like, the last way we left him?
He said, and this is what helps that I watched this just hours ago. He said she broke something in my brain.
Something in his
brain. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So now he's coming.
Which is why I think that triggered this next evolution of the Hulk. And I'm hoping that means good things for that character. Because, I think
we don't even know where he is.
Well, we're right. But, I do think the Avengers, the last two movies didn't do Hulk justice so much.
Yeah, Doomsday might get. Well, I don't think I don't think it's gonna be in Doomsday. I think
there was a comparison. It's like Disney with Hulk, and then it's something like this smart Hulk outfit, and then it's like Sony with Hulk, and it's just him like super like.
I want to get that. There's
oh my gosh.
Side note here. There's a Marvel Legends figure of him. Yeah. Like, I want to get that Hulk. It's huge, and I want to get that Hulk so badly. I haven't found it yet, but no, I thought it was great. Big to again, like you guys said, showcase Spider-Man's actual growth and powers as an actual character, because he is very strong, and you don't realize it because he's fighting with the Avengers, but like, he can go kind of hold his own against a raging Hulk. It's kind of crazy.
I do think he shouldn't quite be that durable, but it was okay. I do like how he ended up on his back when he tried to Loki him.
Avengers
Loki's. So that
he
was
did get a lot of his classic moves. He got the slap, he got the stomp. So
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
some cool stuff.
So what else? What areas, guys? What else you want to do? Corey, anything you want to?
Well, then we had the hand fight there. I don't know if you want to talk. Like we had, that was.
After the Hulk, I felt like that fight was like he just handled. He was going toe to toe with the Hulk. I mean, the Hulk.
That's where like he accepts who he is at that point.
Yeah, I know that.
I liked those fights better, honestly, because I turn off a little bit when I know everything is CGI. Like the Hulk is just CGI, but I know that there was some choreography between like the way he broke into the place with those guys, and then some of the hand fight I like. Some of it was kind of just wire work and stuff, which was cool to see too. So and obviously the finisher was the best part once he like goes to the next level. Yeah, which it's an interesting take on the obviously it's like the reverse web tile dysfunction from Spider-Man 2, where but he it's just an interesting take on the like man spider thing, which didn't really get that way.
I'm glad they did not.
I thought it would.
I'm so glad
I thought they would. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you because I thought that was a weird arc that I used. I didn't read that in the comics. I only watched the show, and I thought that
it looked way creepy in even if it was CGI. Like I think it'd just be creepy.
Yeah. The 8 limbs just does not look right.
Yeah.
No, I mean obviously it's weird, but it's just a take too that like it's fine. He just has to
I guess he's just gonna accept his organic webs now. Peter 2's got him.
I will say I did like them still referencing that where he first gets it and he goes ew, like he has the reaction I would have. I was like gross. And then he's hyping. He's like, okay, well Peter 2 had organic, so I got this. And then I thought was a reference to the Tobey Maguire movies where he's like on the rooftop and trying to figure out the webbing stuff. So I thought that was really cool.
And like you can when he's swinging with MJ, he's like,
stop.
It was interesting too because like there's very little spider sense in this movie, but there's like heightened everything sense that he gets there, which almost seemed like hearing, which was interesting.
I felt like that was his Peter tingle, as they say in the early movies. But yeah.
There was almost no spider sense other than that until the end. That has to be spider sense, or else it doesn't really make sense otherwise.
Yeah, had to be. Yeah.
I guess the last thing that I would want to mention is just the 3 of them, right? So MJ.
That aspect.
So,
Ned.
What's interesting to me, and this is just personally, I'm not as hung up on their personal like MJ and Peter's relationship. I was more interested in the Ned and Peter dynamic. I'm like, just be friends again. Like, who cares? That should be fine. So I was happy we got a little of that there.
I thought it was interesting how like he sees MJ with the new boyfriend, and that triggers his spider.
It's the straw that breaks the camel's back,
Yeah. I was like, oh, yep, that'll do it.
But
that guy never seen a poop again.
Yeah, what I really loved, and even the first appearance where like he just goes into the room and sees Ned's like pseudo obsession with figuring out
the wall spider.
And it's like I nailed down to two primary suspects. Like, that's neither of those dudes, but it's not the Flash or Flash Thompson or the teacher, whatever his name is. But when I want to go back a little bit, the part where MJ confronts him after finding the letter, and that scene, like, I felt it because she's like, look, I know you love, but I don't. I could see why she was in love with you.
It worked.
Right?
Yeah, the spell. Yeah.
But
the spell worked,
I don't know you, and I love that they didn't just be like, oh, yeah, and kind of like we were complaining about, I was complaining about X-Men. Like, it wasn't resolved, right? It wasn't just like, oh, well, like, the spell was broken, now it's not, and cool, everything's back to the status quo again. And she flat out says that, and it breaks his heart. Like, you could see he's just heartbroken. And then she's like, I don't have my phone. Do you think you could drop me off? And it's like, oh, damn. Like, okay, that's
an awkward.
Yeah. But I loved how she's like, hey, do you want to come up, and at least say hi to Ned, right? I think it'd do you both kind of good. That was a really good scene. Just, to help them all, I don't know, be better. Because I think she could sense that Spider-Man was alone, like Peter was alone, right? When the only person he could go to for help was Frank Cass.
Frank Cass, the insane Punisher,
Yep.
Yeah. No, I felt that I was like, I wanted so much more of their dynamics. I think their dynamic in this movie was so good.
Yeah,
I felt like we were lacking it, but at the same time, like that's what we needed though, because of where these characters were at.
Right. We need.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I just want them like. I want them to be back together as a group.
I know, but we know we're getting a trilogy here, another set. So it's like you can't just do that. It's got to be built up the same way.
I mean, that's they didn't want to rush anything, and I'm happy they didn't resolve the MJ stuff. But like the thing that was interesting that someone mentioned is that when she draws him and Ned, she draws him in his Far From Home Spider-Man outfit, which she would not remember.
I did not catch that.
And, like, she shouldn't know that, right? Plus, without the mask on, which she's only seen without the mask
caught that
one time.
But
so you're totally
I caught
right.
that. I thought that was just a memory.
You're totally right about that. But I don't know if we're intended to look into it that much, because apparently that's Tom Holland's brother that did that drawing. So I don't know if Marvel trusted him with material to be like, hey, have this be more accurate for the movie.
I'm gonna say, like, if you're gonna put a thing in a movie, you're looking at it constantly. It's like, they're gonna have this character show this thing.
No, I get it.
People are going to start conspiracies.
No, I get it.
The other thing is
lots of things about the movie. So
when Jean Grey freezes everyone.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. There's an opportunity there.
How is she moving and she's also crying? Like what's
right? No, I get that. But she drew him before that scene, right? Yeah.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is there's things going on that are potentially. Even though there's no thought of you in here whatsoever.
Yeah.
And maybe it's one of those things being around him breaks the spell, right? And I think we'll get to the last part.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah, but we don't have to get to that right away. But I do want to talk about that last part. But what was the next part I was going to talk about before that?
Well, hold on. I do want to acknowledge the part that Corey, you had brought up, where I do agree. In my opinion, the most fucked up thing was when she controlled MJ and kissed Peter Parker. It's like, whoa, you are controlling somebody else's body. That is non-consensual. I do appreciate how, Peter Parker apologized for that. He's like, look, just want to let you know, while she was controlling you, we kind of kissed, and I'm sorry for that. I think that's like any other movie or any other character, I would not expect them to talk about it at all. So, but I really appreciate that they did that here, because I don't know, it feels super icky if.
Yeah, I mean they fixed that with that. Yeah, I mean he apologized for that, and yeah, you're right.
And that's how it comes up. It's like, oh, I don't remember anything, and that's
exactly.
how that came up.
Yeah, it was interesting though that he was surprised that she didn't remember, but he wanted to tell her that anyway.
Well, he didn't know because he thought that they knew.
Oh, I know, he didn't know for sure.
Because that Metzger said he remembered Sarah being like a thing.
Yeah,
and so he's like, oh,
Peter is a little gullible early on in this movie with his damage.
Sure, but like that's why he apologized. Because like she knows I kissed her back. I gotta say something.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
But Peter's always gullible. That's what got him to this point in the first place. He's trusting what's his name?
True.
Mysterio. So.
Yeah, that's just so what did you guys think about the biggest almost killing Spider-Man with Punisher? Like I just thought that was a crazy ending for that. But
the thing is, like, it's a good Punisher moment. Like it's like, oh look, this is the problem with your way of doing things. Like little mistakes, you could kill the wrong person, and how
much do you think that impacts Frank? Yeah, I mean for going forward because
Because I mean, we know Spider-Man's not going to die in his movie, so it wasn't like that interesting to me, like that on that side. But for Frank, it's a good character moment, which I hope shows up somewhere else, even in Daredevil or the shows or somewhere else, because I want a little more continuity between.
Yeah, well, I do think that's the reason why that Punisher special was called like One More Kill or something like that. I'm being hopeful in that regard and agreeing with you that. Hopefully this does impact Punisher, and it's not just him in whatever thing he's gunning down mobs or the hand
just an excuse to get that Civil War reference when he's carrying
that was
Spider-Man
that was a great one.
I did notice that.
But
the thing is like,
no, go ahead.
On, Tony. Well, I was going to say is the thing that I think was such a big moment for him is that because they touch on it earlier with his family and how he prides himself on being a family man and a father. And so like this moment, it felt like he was like that Spider-Man was his kid in a way, and like he
Yeah.
really like was impacted by what he had done to
Right.
put him in that position,
Right, and
how
that's
it impacted him.
so it's funny. All right, so you triggered me with another moment, so I'll go to this one because it's more fresh. I love how when Spider-Man was talking with just Frank in the morning and making fun of him for drinking coffee with the mask on, and he goes, "I'm like you," and he goes, "The hell you're like me? You think I'm doing this, you know, for fun?" And like, he gives him the reality of the situation. He's like, "Look, you don't think if there was somebody alive that I cared about, I wouldn't be with them right now? You got nothing coming." Like, that to me was so impactful in terms of both of them, right? In terms of Spider-Man getting that dose of reality, but also, you know, Frank being honest about who he is and his own journey. So I thought that was really cool. But also right before the sniper scene, I loved that thing where Jean finally, like, Peter let her in. He's like, "Go ahead, do it. Like, get in here." And she finally got to see that scene of May giving him the talk after she allegedly found out that he was Spider-Man. And that to me was just, I don't want to disparage any of the previous Aunt Mays or anything like that, but like this one, Marissa Tomei is just the best one.
Awesome. Yeah.
Because she gives him legitimate advice. And that conversation, Peter needed to hear that, but also in contextualize Jean, because if you remember in the park scene where she's talking with Sarah, she goes, "Our mother abandoned us." She never had that loving maternal figure in her life. And in this moment, she's experiencing that conversation to Peter, but she's hearing it for herself. And I think that makes all the difference in, you know, leading Jean down that path of redemption where she realized, like, I don't have to do this, right? I don't have to hurt people. Yeah. I can be better, right? So that was, to me, was like the most touching moment of the movie for me.
No, they did a great job with Aunt May being that strong of a character. Like, it's funny because you have the Uncle Ben's famous words ringing for Spider-Man, but in this continuity, it's Aunt May that has the strength.
I was so afraid that they were going to go and loop back that, because look, don't get me wrong, the line is great. With great power comes great responsibility. I love that line, but I'm tired of hearing it at the same time. So I was expecting them to drop it again in this thing, but I'm so glad they didn't. I'm so glad they didn't.
No, they did good.
Another remix where she said, "Your responsibility is blah blah blah, and you're powerful," or something.
I didn't need to see that. It was hokey, but
yeah.
What did you guys think of the VMAX thing? I thought that was a little lame, honestly.
I thought it was a cool,
it felt like Magneto's prison, didn't it?
It was like a red herring throughout the whole time.
Yeah,
but it was like you were trying to figure out this mystery.
Why her seeing that like made her understand that she was dead, even though the guy basically told her she was dead already.
Yeah,
she accepted it when she saw that.
No, she realized that was the last thing her sister saw.
Yeah, and then exactly. The last thing she saw was like that's how the message got out, because like so much power and energy getting released. She got because they were saying how like you can't get that message out for whatever.
Yeah, she only had that range, but she in her last moment.
But when she
had that.
So
I thought
that was a good trigger.
Because I'm thinking like, oh, is it a prison? Is it a virus?
And the guy kept saying, "I don't know what that is." The guy kept saying,
"He was being honest about for one thing."
Yeah. But
also,
I
thought
that was...
Oh, really, Max? Like, you're gonna Max with Max?
Yeah, no. But all right.
Hold on, real quick. The one thing that before the movie came out, somebody is like, say, even though we can't talk about your character or whatever, they were like, "What's one thing you want to tell your fans to like about the movie or whatever?" And she's just like, "The scrunchie or whatever," because the placement of that scrunchie was also part of like, my sister would not like. She would not just take that off willingly and stuff. So, and just leave it there.
I mean, the guy basically told her, he's like, just make her sacrifice worth something, like beforehand.
No, I get that, but I mean, sacrifice could mean anything. Like, it's not, oh, you murdered my sister, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she still kind of had hope, but I think in the back of her head, she kind of knew, and then that was...
Well, because she was doing it herself. That's why, like, she was in so much pain and suffering that she was doing that motion of looking up at the ceiling, and that's when she realized it, and that's what triggers her anguish and her trauma to get her to that, again, next evolution of her powers and be able to overpower whatever machine.
Everything.
Yeah.
Realizing she can do telekinesis too. She checked off her other Jean Grey power.
Yep.
And she also Logan Professor X to everyone, which is what was interesting.
That's true.
Froze everyone.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically, I think. I'm not sure if it's one or
nobody's
the other.
moving.
I don't know if they were awake or they were just
They were
just
awake because
frozen. I
MJ
couldn't
was
tell that.
crying. So
Yeah.
you know,
They just were frozen.
yeah.
But so, does Ned remember him entirely?
I think so.
We'll see.
I think so.
Or
I
is it
think it
Muscle
awakened.
memory, just muscle memory.
I think that did it. And there's some theories out there. This is all theories that he was casting a spell accidentally when Doctor Strange cast his spell, and that protected him from it. It triggered it when he did that handshake.
Yeah,
So,
I really like that ending. I think it was perfect. In all honesty, I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it, but like, I wasn't thinking in my head, oh, they're gonna do the handshake. I just thought it was like, oh, he's gonna say something to him. When he walks up, says something, and then makes that motion to start the handshake, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh shit, like that's, I don't know, that's a part to me where I'm like, damn, like the writers knocked it out of the park here. Like good job, because when you change directors like that, you know, even though it's under like Marvel and Feige, like how much of that will get carried through to another one, right? Which is always the worry, but I'm glad they did, because that was just so cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he goes, Peter,
I want to believe.
Yeah, I want to believe.
I mean, the way he said
the way he said the word, he sounds like I remembered him. But
I like how they gave himself an out, where it's like he hears MJ say Peter and then he's like,
Spider-Man's name is Peter? Yeah.
So they do have that option, but I don't know. The way he said it, I was like, I think he remembered him, but we'll see. It's a great cliffhanger to put it on.
And it's a great way to end the movie, because those two,
and
it's a feel good way to end it. Yeah,
I do think they're probably. Do we still think he's destined to be a villain? Like doesn't he have to be at some point?
I mean, but he had to be. He's a Miles Morales character, you know, that Spider-Man friend. So it could, but I mean,
Genki is.
Was that Miles, by the way? Do we think that's Miles, the little kid doing this outside the hospital?
No, I think that was
they did too, but eventually they could age up. Fast forward.
I mean, they already said that
was Gene controlling that kid.
Yeah.
You think that
that
kid
was the
outside
theories online?
I mean,
why?
Everybody was looking at the window, and the one kid is looking directly at Peter, and does the motion for no reason.
I thought that sequence, by the way, with Frank dancing was hilarious.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Just plan. And then he has to do the Frank,
Marine grunt,
like.
He also like spread his legs wide so he could be shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the kid had any meaning to the whole thing. I think it just was a kid.
I thought that kid was supposed to be Miles because they looked at him twice.
I mean, you could say the kid in the bicycle who he saves from the car, that could have been Miles too.
Oh, I did love that part where he's like, "Are you okay?" And the kid's just like look at him. He's like, "You're okay." Like just
and even if it is Gene controlling him, he still could be Miles.
No, it could be,
but like Aaron Donald's character was, or Donald Glover. Aaron, what's his Uncle Aaron, whatever his nickname is. Yeah. He was in the movie when he was much younger. Was that like 8 years ago at that point for this character?
Yeah, it was a while back. Yeah.
Yeah, but we are definitely 100% getting Miles Morales. Spider-Man, but Tom Holland has specifically cited in the interviews for this movie. He's like, I do want to be part of that transition or handoff or succession.
It's his handoff. Yeah, that's his leave. I mean, I always make the joke. There's nothing more British actors love more than exiting a role. Like I feel like they always have a finite limit to when they want to play something. So, and he definitely has touted how they have a great plan.
Nah, dude. I mean, I agree. Look, I agree with you, but I'm saying they got him until he's 90. They got him until he's 90.
There will be no exiting. But I do think he takes a few movies off with Miles Morales.
Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Maybe he'll be like supporting.
Like he's only 30. Like, man, they can get 3 decades out of Spider-Man.
6 decades. What are you talking about? 90.
He has a life outside of this movie too, so it's like you got to kind of plan around that as well.
And
although up until the Odyssey, all his other projects that weren't Spider-Man were pretty bad. Like,
I'm just saying, his personal life. He's a married man now.
Yeah, his wife. I'm just saying his wife's like been killing it though at the box office.
She's out there too.
Technically, they're both set, so they don't really have to work anymore if they want to. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
but
they don't have to. They want to.
Yeah, like I said, Zendaya made fortunes on just her show, and then Dune, and I mean, she's made a ton of hits. So like, they're married now, so they share that. Either way for him, but
I will say this is one of the worst post-credit scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I was bummed.
Not worth staying at all. Like I don't.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
I was annoyed having.
I wasn't, because I read about it and I was like, I was gonna leave, and then I let Arya choose if we're gonna stay or not. I'm like, it's not really important, and she's like, no, we're gonna stay for it. I'm like, okay, so we stayed. And
Is it not important?
Yeah, it shows
think
up in
the
space.
importance of it is interesting. I don't think the actual visuals of it is that interesting. But
no, but they couldn't do anything extra there because we don't really know. They want to reveal where that part of it is.
what is it? What do you think it is then?
I don't think it's Doomsday. I think it's Secret Wars.
Yeah, probably. Although,
what do you think that Spider-Man is? Who is it?
Oh, I thought it was him, just in space.
It's him just in space.
Yeah, traveling from wherever Doctor Doom brought them for Secret Wars.
Oh, that's Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That would. I don't know why would you assume otherwise? Wasn't he? They were looking for the signal.
Because it's out there in space. Like,
he's been in space.
I understand. He's not. He doesn't have. We just talked about. He doesn't have that network right now.
Yeah.
But so the thing is, I mean, it could refer to Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, because all the app is people reporting seeing Spider-Man. So, if Tobey Maguire Spider-Man comes back, or Andrew Garfield.
We just had all these
hell of an app,
incursions.
regardless, though, that it can see up there. It's a hell of an app.
Well, I mean, I don't think we're supposed to.
Satellite.
I don't think we're supposed to take it literally like that.
But I don't think that's Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh, all right. All right.
He was in New York, and then there's another one pops up.
I think it's Toby.
But they said they can't find him.
It was searching.
Yeah, they said they couldn't find him.
Signal.
I think it's Toby.
It's like, I think it's an incursion.
Okay.
100%.
But where did Tom Holland go? Because he's not
around. Do you guys
around.
want to hear something? I don't know. I can't obviously vouch to the validity of it, but I did see something, and I think it might come to fruition now.
Okay.
I saw something wild that apparently Doomsday will open up with Spider-Man fighting the X-Men.
Really?
I think there was like artwork of Toby in the red and yellow. Yeah. With the arms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Well, we'll know. We're gonna know soon enough. That's coming up. It's August already, so we're coming up quick. All right. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this bonus round, folks. Thanks for tuning in once again. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday nights, 8:00 Eastern, for the MovieCast, Gamecast, and YouTube. Please subscribe so you know when we post. See you guys next week. We're done. We're out.